Hi everyone, so I'll be talking about this Mengyuan Carbon version, but unfortunately this unit right here, I think it's quite obvious that there is something wrong about it. Okay, so back in November 2023, I actually on my Facebook post mentioned about this one coming in with some issue and would follow up with a video, and it took quite a while and I'm doing the video now. It's just before Chinese New Year, so I'm kind of free at the moment, which is why I'm doing this video. So back then I actually did provided some video feedback to the manufacturer, and I'm just gonna mention some of the things right here. Now I do not want people to actually look at this kind of videos and think that I want to talk bad about the company and things like that. So I actually value negative feedback much more than positive feedback. So if I were to sell a bow to a customer and the customer tell me, "Oh, Ronald, the bow is great, it is smooth, it is fast, it is stable, it's whatever," you think I don't know? Of course I know. I sold the bow, of course I know. So usually the feedback that I really value the most are the negative feedback. I want to hear what kind of problems are there, because when you give me negative feedback, it is a food for thought. It helps me to look for issues in the bow to fix it. If you tell me the bow is smooth, I know the bow is smooth, but how much more can I improve? But if you tell me, oh, there's something wrong in this area, oh, I'll look into it. I'll try to see what I can improve. So I actually really value negative feedback over positive feedback. So when I mention all these negative things, actually, don't take it as a way that I want to discourage people from buying the bow. Instead, actually, you should look at it as it's something to improve on. Okay, something to improve on, because if you don't acknowledge the issue, you will never fix it. So the first step of fixing problems is to acknowledge it. Okay, and videos like this is where I acknowledge issues, and we hope that the future version will be better. Okay, so when I got the bow, the packaging was beautiful. I didn't bring it home, but the packaging was actually quite nice. It even comes with a sleeve, which I didn't bring back because it's not important here. It comes with sleeve for each of the limb. It's beautiful. The packaging was very good. When I opened it, wow, I'm very impressed. Until I assembled it, and I was immediately disappointed. So I actually took the original unit here as well as a comparison. So on the original unit here, which you can recognize, okay, so on the original unit, there is this middle piece here, separated middle piece, and these two just join into the center piece. But unfortunately, there is a gap. There's a gap between the top and bottom limb. So since this bow has been around for several years by now, I would have expected that the engineers understood the problem and fix it. But when I received this unit, look, why is the gap here? Don't tell me that this is an intentional design. This is not. Okay, nobody designed their bow with a gap here. Okay, so this is clearly something that engineers overlooked or never even thought about it. There are better ways to make the grip, the handle here. There are better ways to make it so that it is not prone to having such a gap. So this is something that I immediately was not very happy about. It's like, oh, after all these years, why did your engineers not thought about fixing the gap issue, which was really bad on these, and it is just as bad here. It's like there's no improvement at all. Okay, so that was the first issue I addressed to Elong. I hope they'll fix these kind of things, but I don't know if they'll fix it, because changing the mold and all that is gonna cost quite a lot of money. So I'm not sure if they're gonna do it, but I wish they would have fixed this kind of Very, very small but critical issues. All right. The next part is, let's have a look here. Okay, this part here. Now, it looks weird, doesn't it? It looks weird. Let me show you the original. Maybe let's use this side here, because this side, this thing is getting in the way. So I'm going to show you this side, but it's symmetrical on both sides. So let's put it like that. You see, on the original, it's very smooth. You see that? This one here is a smooth transition. It just looks so pretty. And then we got this unit that just looks so weird. Like, oh, what the? They did change this one, right? They did change here. But the thing is, if they change here, why don't they change here in the, right? Like, this is just along the way. They should have changed this along the way, but they didn't change this. But change this one, what for? This one looks ugly. Okay, this honestly looks ugly. The original is beautiful. This one, just looks so awkward. Like, oh, what is going on? And then, I'm not gonna comment so much about the limbs yet. I just want to show you the shape first. The sear also have some issues. So let's look again at this original sear. You see this transition here is actually very beautiful. It is well designed. Okay, it's beautiful. Now let's look at this. You will notice that something looks a bit strange, a bit odd, right? So the thing about this new one, this section here is a bump. It doesn't look good. Like, what is going on? Why did they change it? It was working. Why did they change this thing? So in terms of shape, I'm not very happy about this change here. It's like, does it do anything? Well, it made the boat ugly, but I don't see any benefit from that. Then another thing, now I'm gonna talk about the limb material. So on the original, this one here is a nylon limb. Supposedly there's also like short fiberglass embedded in the nylon itself to reinforce it. Disadvantage of doing that method is that because the fibers are short, so at some point it's going to experience fatigue, so the plastic is going to crack and these short fibers is just going to tear. So that's why the original unit with the 18 pounds still okay. With the higher poundage like 25 and 30 pound, that's what they call it, they always break here. So that is the issue with their original version. With this one, I'm not sure about the plastic that's used. There's definitely a component of plastic in here, but I'm not sure what plastic is being used. And then the fibers are long, so it's a continuous fiber from one end to the other, embedded, maybe epoxy. I have no idea. I do not know what plastic is being used. I only know the fibers is continuous. But here's what I want to complain. There is a very misleading name that's being used. So the bow is being marketed as being carbon bow. Now in actual, it's not. Like from here all the way here is all fiberglass. Okay, until here. Now this may not show very well on the camera, but if you were to look very closely, it's a very minute detail that here you can actually see a transition in color. It's black, flat black here, but there's like carbon weave pattern here. Let me try to get I'm not sure if it's gonna show. I hope it will show because it's not very obvious. Okay, see, there's like weave pattern here, right? So you say, oh, this is the carbon weave. That's not all the way. See, this is flat black. Flat black. In fact, even here it's flat black. So that means it's actually mainly a fiberglass bow. Okay, the whole bow is a fiberglass construction. Only this Kasan area here, this triangular area here, is carbon fiber. So calling it a carbon version, I think, is quite misleading. So I'm not very happy about this name. It's kind of like, imagine if I were to put a small piece of horn here and I call it, oh, it's a horn bowl. Like, it's not right, right? Because that piece is not going to be functional. So same thing here. This 3K carbon weave pattern here, I think it's more of a decorative purpose. So it is not a real carbon bowl. It's a fiberglass bowl with a little bit of carbon decorated on its sear. Okay, so that would be another complaint. The bowstring, I do not know if they changed the material. It looks like the same kind of material. Different color, okay? The color is different, but I believe it is the same kind of material, so I don't have any complaint over that. The size of the bowl, I'm not sure if it's going to be accurate representation because the original is just a little bit shorter. I've placed the camera in a way that is not very convenient for me to show the length, but I'm going to put one end the same. Okay, I'm going to put one side the same, and then the other side you can see is hold on a second. Okay, the other side. Okay, so there is a little bit of length difference here. I do not think it's a lot, maybe half an inch or an inch. Yeah, there is a little bit of difference, just a little bit in length difference. What else? Okay, so now I'm going to mention the main issue, the very, very, very big issue. So, on Armin's version, in his review, he got a limb that is perfectly balanced. Now on my unit, it's not balanced. Okay, it is totally off. Now, it is not a failure in any of the limbs. Okay, don't misunderstand. It is not a failure in the limbs. What's going on is that the limbs are not coming in at the same poundage. They are coming in at a different poundage. In this case, this limb is stronger than this limb. Because this side is stronger, it's pulling the other side that's weaker, which is why we are getting this extreme tailor here. In fact, this is actually the top limb, so this is completely wrong. And the problem is the manufacturing process is inconsistent. They are not producing the limb at the poundage that they want. So they kind of have to like keep producing a lot of them and then try to match two limbs and see which one match. That is not looking good. That's not looking good. And this is actually one of the reasons why they cannot deliver the bows, because it's very difficult to match them. And I believe even after they match, it didn't turn out good. They seem to mismatch later. So something is wrong with the production. They can't get the poundage to be right. Okay, so that is the problem with this construction right here. I hope they fix it. I do not know how they will fix it, but I hope they do, because the bow itself looks promising. I mean, just fix a few things. We can, I mean, if the price is good, I can overlook this weird curve here and also here, but this gap here, I really think they should fix this one, and also the tailor. If they can fix these issues, I believe the bow has potential. I'm not gonna be a fast bow, but for a bow that is let's say, for example, like combat archery, I think it's gonna be a good bow where it's gonna be durable, and the price is not too high. Better than the original, because the original has an issue with the cracking. The limb literally just break off. So I mean, they fixed one problem and introduced other problems, so I hope they will fix it. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you.